beautiful Annapolis, Maryland, the Chesapeake Bay region. This area has a lot of great opportunities for fishing and crabbing. Today, we're going to be doing both without a boat. I'm currently standing under an old bridge that used to connect two peninsulas. When the new fancy bridge was built, they kept part of this bridge, about 100 yards of it, as a fishing pier. And this is where we're going to be today.
My name
How can you say no comment?
is Chris Pabst.
Why are you taking my microphone?
Monday through Friday, I'm an investigative reporter. But on weekends, I just want to be on water. Here, there's no professional fishermen, charter boats, or tour guides. It's just everyday anglers in search of those hidden limits.
Ready?
All right, here we go.
See, I can do the reporter
I
thing
know.
too. 3, 2, 1.
We're fishing today with my buddy Paul. Monday through Friday, Paul is an engineer. He and I work for the same company. So as a broadcast journalist, my job is to make the broadcast. Paul's job is to make sure everything works and the broadcast gets into people's homes. Broadcast engineering, what kind of engineering is that?
Generally, what you'll find is a number of different disciplines depending on how the person ended up at the TV stations. You can be an RF engineer. You can have electrical engineering background. You can have a computer engineering background. You can have a network engineering background.
So Paul and I have been fishing together for years, and normally we would be on his in-laws' boat. They have a John boat about an hour north of here in Back River, but there's a reason that we're not there today.
There's a sewage treatment plant that's on that river, and there was an accidental spill there.
New today, Maryland's health and environmental agencies say until further notice, avoid contact with the water in Back River.
And for about a year, it was unsafe to eat anything that came out of the river. We're still a little uncomfortable about that. Maybe next season we'll be back on the river, but not quite yet.
That is why we're in Annapolis, because there's sewage in Back River where the boat is. The weather today is not very good for fishing. It's been in the low to mid 90s for the past couple of days, and then yesterday a really strong cold front came through, knocked it down to about 75 degrees. So we have 75 degrees, a high sky, very blue skies. It is absolutely gorgeous today, but not good for fishing. We wouldn't be fishing today, except Paul has 2 young kids, I have 2 young kids. Our wives said, hey, you guys can go fishing, so we're here.
We're fishing.
So we're going to make the most out of it. So here's our strategy. We have 10 collapsible crab pots. We got 50 feet of rope because we got to be able to get the crab pots to the bottom of the water. They expand out. When you pull the rope, the sides come back up, and theoretically a crab is inside of the pot. Now for the fishing side of it, we have 4 fishing poles. We have 2 with 20-pound test, 2 with 8-pound test. The idea here is we're going to use night crawlers to catch smaller fish, generally spot is what you have here, and then chop them up if we can get a couple, put them on the bigger fishing poles and throw them out as chop bait and see if we can catch some larger fish. Top, bottom rigs, we use Aberdeen hooks. I like Aberdeen hooks with live bait because there's a wide distance between the barb and the shaft. You can get the bait on there really well. We're using 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce weights. We're not using pyramid weights because there's a reef here, and the pyramids can get stuck in the reef. So you want to use like a torpedo type of weight. This type of weight, there's less chance of it getting stuck in the coral.
This pier is at the Jonas Green State Park, right across from the United States Naval Academy. It's a popular place which can get crowded, but for good reason. Crabs are very expensive to buy, and this is an inexpensive way to try to catch them and other seafood. And if you're lucky, if you're here at just the right time, you get to enjoy the band.
fish and you can crab, which is a very rare thing to be able to do without a boat, but here you can. But that's just not the only way that you can save money here.
Don't need a fishing license.
If you're fishing on this pier, you do not need a license. If you're off the pier, you need one. On the pier, you don't. And the other thing, crab licenses are really cheap.
$5.
$5. So you don't need a license to fish, $5 to crab, and no boat. This is a really inexpensive way to do it. And the other way to save a lot of money doing this is the bait that we're going to be using for the crabbing.
Chicken necks.
Chicken necks. They cost dollars for pounds.
Maybe $2 a pound?
Yeah, maybe $2 a pound. They're really cheap. So that's our concept. We got 10 crab pots out. We got 4 fishing poles. We are not optimistic about today, given the weather conditions and the cold front that came through. But if we can get a couple crabs and we can get a couple fish, we're going to call it a successful day. Because it's Sunday, it's beautiful, and it's better than being at work.
It's true.
Let's do it.
There you go. Yeah, little spot.
There is no size limit for spot. You can keep 50 a day. They taste good, but they're not very big. Filleting them is a lot of work for a relatively small meal. So instead, once we started catching some spot, we cut up a few for bait and tossed them out with our poles that had 20-pound test on them. The smaller spot, we hooked through the back, threw them out, and let them swim around. As the worms, spot, and cut bait did their thing, we kept pulling the crab pots. Our limit on crabs today is 1 bushel, or about 75 crabs, depending on the size. But on a pier, don't expect to catch that many.
But that'll still cook well.
Now in a boat, you can throw out 30 pots and follow the crabs around the bay all day. On a pier, the crabs have to come to you. Plus, there's only so much room on the pier, and you have to share it.
Means it's a female.
Now, per state law, you can only keep males, and this early in the season, early June, they have to be at least 5 inches tip to tip. Females are illegal to harvest. You can tell the difference by flipping them over. This is a male, this is a female. This big male measured 7 inches from tip to tip. Now this would be considered an extra large crab. A dozen of these run for about $140. This one crab would cost about $12 to buy. And we just caught it off a pier for free.
There it is. I see it. I see something down there.
As we were busy checking pots and baiting worms, something massive hit.
You don't have to hurry. Take your time. Take your time.
When you hook into something big, you always want to land it. So we had to get off this pier.
Hold on, I'll come down with you.
Our 20-pound
You good?
test poles could have handled this, but the fish
No, don't break the line. The line's right here.
just happened to hit one of our poles with 8-pound test. That was the problem. Now below this pier, there's nowhere to land a big fish. The rocks immediately drop off into about 5 feet of water, and we didn't have a big enough net. We were in trouble.
Come on down.
I don't know if that's a long jump.
This thing's strong.
Tighten the drag a little bit. Starting to run out of steam.
I think the fish is in better shape than you are.
Definitely.
If it's a skate, I can go in and get it. If it's a stingray, I'm not going in to get it.
You all right?
I'm fine. I don't know how I'm going to get it in.
I don't either.
Paul fought this fish for about 10 to 15 minutes. We weren't going to land this thing, but he had his fun.
I can't see the tail. That's the issue.
Got a little baby one.
Oh, line broke.
Line broke.
twisted the line all up.
On this Sunday, we caught one big stingray, about 8 spot and 6 crabs, worth about $40 to $45. The 6 crabs we caught were the only 6 crabs we saw anyone catch. When we got to the pier, our strategy was to drop the pots in varying depths of water. The only pots that produced were in about 8 feet of water, so we moved all of our pots to that depth on the pier. The crabs were not moving much today, but each one we did catch was in about 8 feet of water. We knew with the weather, it was going to be a slower day. The crabs and fish were not active, but we came in with a strategy, stuck with it, and it worked. We have a free lunch. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Hidden Limits Outdoors.